What's going on, guys? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ. It is week 9. We are here for the stardom, situm questions. I am here today to answer all the questions, man. As you can see, Twitter comments are not working right now, so please head over to the YouTube right now, join the conversation, put your stardom, situm questions there down below. So let's get right into the news. Actually, we just found out, some guys are in, some guys are out. Some guys are in but not playing, aka Tua. A little weird, situation going on there with that middle finger fracture. But yeah, I mean, honestly, with Tua out acting as the backup, I'm pretty sure this is based on, if the game gets out of hand, he's gonna have to suck that pain up and get in there and do some things. So we shall see how that goes. But James Robinson's actually out with an ankle/heel injury. It was more so a pain tolerance. I guess there was some type of, setback, or they're, just can't play through it, which isn't smart, honestly. But excuse me. But like I said, head over to the YouTube. Stardom Situm questions are going to be answered there. Twitter comments are not working right now for StreamYard. It's a Twitter thing, not a StreamYard thing. But back to the injuries. Sammy Watkins out. Apparently his thigh wasn't cooperating this morning, so he's out of there. I didn't expect him to have a huge impact today anyway, so it's Bateman season once again, hoping for another 20% target share out of him, so full send Bateman. We got some guys that are limited today as well. Kittle will be on the snap count. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, having him in starting lineups. He's not one of those guys that I feel as though, I can place in a starting lineup, even with knowing he has half a game that he's going to get me, X amount of fantasy points. Even with knowing that pitch count, I'm kind of staying away from that. I don't feel too comfortable about doing that. So Kittle's definitely going to be, on my bench for another week. I mean, I went this long without him. I can go another week without him. I'd rather not, have this high upside for a guy and then he burns me. I can put somebody else in and he can get me potentially more points. So Kittle is still going to be on my bench. Hopefully he'll be on yours, but everybody play how they want to play. But Kenny Galladay, not Gainwell, but Kenny Galladay is back. He's playing. Not too sure how I feel about him either. He might be limited as well. An unspoken agreement. They have a bye week coming up, so it's kind of weird that he's coming back before the bye when he's been dealing with injury this entire season. But not looking for a huge impact out of him today either. More so, let's move to Kyler Murray and D-Hop. I'm going to pair them back together based on they're both questionable, but on the downside of likely not playing. So Colt McCoy would be stepping in at quarterback. All week he's been taking, the first team reps, which is great. D-Hop, man, it's very unfortunate. I know he's one of those guys, if he can play, he can play. But I think they're most likely going to play it safe with him. I'm not too sure if he's going to want to suit up today and try to full send it because, I don't think that would be the smartest thing. Being that they're a competitor team, a contender, you want all your guys healthy. So I definitely feel as though they kind of just stay away from that. But overall, man, I mean, not too much crazy news. I definitely feel as though, these games are going to be great today. We're going to get some good football out of this week. I definitely want you guys to head to the Sports Me app. Download the app, join the conversation where your favorite fantasy analysts, content creators are there, answering all your questions, debating all the greatest things, the news, Odell Beckham's landing spot, who wins today's game, is Tua, a GOAT, or whatever the case may be. Whatever you want to talk about, it's over there happening at the Sports Me app. Download it, motherfucker. Now, I want to get to some of the Q&A, some of the stardom synonyms that I had, some of the ones that I seen on Twitter. And I definitely want to start off with this one that was in my inbox on Thursday. We got Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Josh Jacobs, full PPR. For me, I'm leaning towards Woods. He's probably going to find the end zone, most likely. If not, he's going against the worst corners, the worst defense against wide receivers in fantasy right now, and that's the Tennessee Titans. Primetime game tonight, man. I absolutely believe Matthew Stafford's going to turn up once again. Cooper Kupp obviously going to be the monster he is, but Robert Woods is going to find some work as well. Amari Cooper and actually CeeDee Lamb are both dealing with injuries. I know CeeDee Lamb dealing with like a rolled ankle or something like that. Cooper, I'm not too sure exactly what it is. It might also be an ankle as well, but they're both, limited in practices this week, but they seem, good to go to play, but I'm not too sure if that's a full send. So Josh Jacobs, I'm not too worried about. He's not actually playing like to his potential that we thought he can play, but it is what it is. He has yet to crack like a 100-yard game, but Peyton Barber did. Just saying. So yeah, give me Woods for that one. This next one, Also saw on the Twitter space Ertz versus Jared Cook. I'm going to lean Ertz only based on I feel as though Kyler Murray's not playing. I feel as though, especially, with Kyler Murray not playing, D-Hop not playing as well. I think Ertz becomes that security blanket. It's like this, stigma, backup quarterbacks, they like to use their security blankets, and that ends up being tight ends. But more so, I feel like Ertz can step up. He's in the systems very similar to what he's used to. We saw, his first game, he actually put up some decent fantasy points. So I feel as though I'm leaning more towards Ertz than, basically, a Jared Cook. I'm not too sure against the Eagles. He's not averaging that many targets per game. Jared Cook's only averaging a little bit over 5, if not 5 targets per game. It's nothing too crazy. Not a lot of yards out of him. There's so many games where he has under 30 yards. So it's unfortunate, Jared Cook is still performing at a high level, but not really performing at a high level at his age. But he's very touchdown dependent. But give me Ertz for the overall volume. Next one, Dan Arnold or Kittle. Now, I've spoken Kittle before. This situation where he's limited, man. But Dan Arnold, he's not like a guy that's going to put up like huge points. I mean, Kittle could have like a decent first half. Yeah, give me Kittle. Give me Kittle over Dan Arnold. I roll the dice on there because they might end up putting up the same amount of points, so no real difference. But next one, Rashad Bateman or Kenny Galladay, full point PPR. I think PPR is the new standard, so I'm not going to be like answering any questions for standard, to be honest, because it's kind of like, why are you still playing standard? But anyway, PPR, Bateman or Galladay. I'm going Bateman. I'm looking for that volume. I'm looking for that target share. I'm not too sure on Kenny Galladay, his health. 100%. I don't know if we're going to get our all out of Kenny Galladay. But moving on, next one, Mike Davis or AP. This is a good one, man. I mean, the thing about Adrian Peterson, he has the Rams, and I feel as though he's not going to do anything crazy. Titans are said they want to get him involved. I'm not thinking like a Derrick Henry workload. I'm not thinking over 20 touches or anything like that. I'm thinking between 12 to 15, carries. But what does that bring on the ground? Probably nothing more than 50 yards. And then you're looking at like, low points. He probably gets 2 targets, 1 catch for like 7 yards. That's not like anything crazy. But Mike Davis, he's getting targets out of the backfield as well. And he's going to get more targets out of the backfield than Adrian Peterson. So I might be leaning Mike Davis. I don't know. The Rams are a little scary right now. I don't know if they just traded for Von Miller. I know he's not playing, but still his presence there alone scares people. So yeah, I'm gonna go Mike Davis on this one. The next one I got Van Jefferson or Emmanuel Sanders. I got to go with my boy. This ain't even a homer pick, man. Again, the Rams are going to be lighting it up tonight against, the Titans are giving up the most receiving yards to wide receivers, most points per game. They're just not really good against wide receivers. So that should go without giving. Van Jefferson is definitely heating up. Stafford's looking for the one-on-one with him. He's looking for him in the red zone as well. So the red zone targets are there. The overall targets are there. And he's able to stretch the field. He has that big playability. Like, he's down to bust off like a 70-yard catch and probably take it to the house. We've seen it done before. Or a 60-yarder where, he falls down and gets injured, but he's okay now, so he's playing. But anyway, Van Jefferson has more of the upside of where I think he has the, big playability today. Emmanuel Sanders disappointed a lot of people last week, to be honest. So I'm not going to be riding that wave. I'm going to go with the better matchup here. Next one, we got Rondell Moore or Brandon Ayuk, my bad. But Rondell Moore, I feel as though has some upside. I love that he's so electric, but Ayuk also has a very limited, Kittle. He has, Deebo Samuel a little banged up as well. And we all know Ayuk can only be relevant when both these guys are not at their best or both out. So I might be leaning Ayuk here, honestly, because again, Colt McCoy might be the starting quarterback. It's only 12:08 where I'm at right now. No real news on if Kyler's playing or not, unless it's happening right now as I'm live. But yeah, so Ayuk, I'll lean this way. I usually don't side with Brandon Ayuk. If you follow me on Twitter, obviously you're watching this, I don't fucks with the guy. He's not that guy. You're just not that guy, Chief. So next one, we got Kenneth Gainwell or Devontae Booker. The pain is still there. The pain is still there when it comes to Gainwell. Now, I feel as though you cannot trust Eagles running backs, and it's been proven. I mean, they wait until Miles Sanders gets injured to run the ball like a ton with a Jordan Howard and a freaking Boston Scott. So Gainwell does bring PPR upside, but they have the Chargers. And I know it's like, well, they're pretty bad against the ground, but the Chargers honestly haven't given up that many receiving yards to running backs, but on the flip side of it, they really haven't faced any pass catching back. So I don't know. I just don't trust the situation. It's a little muddy, in the streets right now if you're looking at a Gainwell and Booker, but I'm gonna go with Booker and being that Saquon's out again. So just gotta lean that way. Last but not least, AP or Gainwell. Whoa. I just touched on Gainwell, and I can't touch. I just can't trust the Eagles running back. I just can't right now. I mean, the pain was crazy last week, and him to get the garbage time touches was a little disrespectful. I'm like, you wait until the fourth quarter to get him involved, which is why? What are you doing? But I'm gonna lean AP here, man. I just don't see Gainwell being involved as heavy as we want. But of course, when you bench the guy, you take that sacrifice for the fantasy community. They go off. So those are the rules. I don't make them. So I definitely feel as though you got to lean AP here. I don't think, Gainwell will be involved, and I have trust issues now. I cannot trust that man whatsoever. It is basically a dub. It's a dub. So before I head out of here, I wanted to be real quick. Head to prizepicks.com. Sign up today using promo code FCO, and they'll be able to match up to $100 on your deposit. You'll be able to bring home the gold. That's free money, man. $100 as soon as you sign up. The website is clean. The app is clean. Very sleek look, and I love to make all my picks on there. That's where I'm making my money this weekend. I need some gas money, even though, it's gas prices in Jersey are ridiculous. So it's pretty trash. But yeah, so head to, prizepicks.com, FCO, fire content only. You know what it is. So yeah, that was the Stardom Situm. Again, Twitter questions are not working. I'm trying to drag people to YouTube so we can get the comments up on here or whatever the case may be. But Twitter, man, you're fucking up. You're fucking up the experience of StreamYard right now because, again, people want to comment on here, man, and I can't see it because your services are messed up on your end. So shout out to Twitter. But, yeah, so I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe the video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Your boy is on the road to 2,000 now. Your boy hit 1,000, being a little greedy, but let's get it to 2,000. So I'll see you guys next week for another great episode of Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Peace.